my yarny friends, I'm Sara Sach, and welcome to another edition of Friday Fun Day. And I thought these fuzzy little chicks were the perfect Friday Fun Day project. They're perfect for Easter and for spring, and I just love them. They're super easy to make. They're made with the Premier Chunky Pom yarn, and again I'll put that link down in the notes so you can find my affiliate link if you want to order some. But these are super fun to make. The yarn is a bulky number 6, so they come out to being about 4 by 5 inches. So they're a little bit bigger than some of the ones that we have made using medium weight. Number 4, yarn. I just love them. I think they're adorable and would look so cute for any of our spring or Easter decorating. I might even put some of these in the garden. Wouldn't that be fun? I just love them. They're super easy, super fun, super fuzzy, and super cute. Have I said super enough times? They're just adorable. Now you can find the complete pattern with pictures. As always, I'll put that link down in the notes underneath this video. So the yarn that I designed our little Fuzzy Chick Stuffies in is the Premier Parfait Chunky Pom. And I absolutely love this yarn. You can really see those pom-poms in this white. They're pink and yellow and blue and orange, and they're just beautiful. And they really make these lots of fun to see all those little pom-pom bits. It's almost like confetti to me, but they're more of a pom-pom thread running through there. So you're going to need approximately an ounce for the body of the chick, and then just a small amount for the beak, whichever color that you choose to make them in. And then you're going to need just a small amount of a worsted weight yarn in black, this is just a black medium weight acrylic yarn just for the little eye. It's just a little stitch that we do through the front and the back so you can see it on both sides. Okay? Yeah, so just about an ounce of a bulky number 6 yarn. Any bulky number 6 yarn will work for this. I just happen to absolutely love this Premier Parfait Chunky. If you want to order some of this, I'll put my affiliate link underneath this video so that you can get some. They have some amazing colors. They have a really pretty purple and a pink as well that I just didn't order in. Now you're going to need a handful of stuffing. This is enough probably to stuff 2. You don't need very much, just enough to make it nice and squishy. All right, you're going to stitch today with our J-hook, which is a 6 millimeter. You need a needle, sewing up the bottom, weaving in the ends, and adding that eye. And then, of course, you're going to need a pair of scissors. So you don't really need very many things. And this might be a good project to get into some of your old blanket yarns or your old chunky yarns that are all bulky number 6s, and just come up with some really cute little chicks. I call them fuzzy because this is a fuzzy yarn, and I absolutely love this yarn. Alrighty, let's get started. I'm going to be doing today's demo in this beautiful blue. This one is called Electric Blue. Alright, so we're going to begin with our slip knot. And we're going to loosely chain 20 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So I have chained 20. I'm going to join them into a circle, and this is going to be the bottom of our chick, and then we're going to work our way up. There we go. So I'll do a slip stitch and chain 1. All right, so now I have my circle or my loop, and I'm going to place 1 single crochet in each of these 20. All right, so we'll go right in that first stitch. And it can be a little bit tricky to find your stitches in a velvet yarn like this. And that's why we wanted to start out that beginning chain a little bit loose because you're going to follow these bumps. All right? And that's going to help you. And make sure, because you might skip one or add two by accident. So you want to make sure that you only have 20 single crochets when you get all the way around. So make sure that you count. We're stitching 1 single crochet in each of the chains working all around. I have stitched a single crochet in each of my 20 chains, so I have 20 single crochets. I'm going to join to that first single crochet with a slip stitch and chain 1. Now on this row, row 2, we're going to be doing what's called 2 and 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a single crochet in the next 2 single crochets. So 1, 2. Then in the next single crochet, we'll stitch 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And we'll repeat this all the way around. So 1 single crochet in the next 2, and 2 single crochets in the next, 1 and 2. 1 single crochet in the next 2, and 2 single crochets in the next, 1 and 2. All right, and that's going to cause us to increase a little bit. And we're going to be increasing up to 26 single crochets. And so we'll continue to repeat this around, 1 in the next 2, 2 in the next, all the way around. And again, join back to our first chain 1. So I have stitched 1 in the next 2, 2 in the next, all the way around. So I have 26 single crochets. We're going to join to that first stitch and chain 1. Now for row 3, we're just going to stitch 1 single crochet in each of those 26. All right? So we're not doing any more increases. 1 single crochet in each of those 26 single crochets around, and join back to our first stitch. And so I have stitched 1 single crochet in each of those 26 stitches. I joined to my chain 1 and chained 1. All right, so now what we're going to do is for 3 more rows, we're just going to repeat what we did on row 3. So we'll stitch 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets around, making sure we have 26 stitches on each row, and we're going to repeat this for 3 more rows. So we're repeating row 3 for 3 more rows. So now I have repeated that for 3 more rows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows around, and again you need to have 26 single crochets. I joined to my chain 1 and chained 1. Now remember, when you're going around, you're going to chain 1 and join to the chain 1, and then you begin your stitch in the next single crochet. If you don't do it that way, you're going to end up losing some stitches and have less stitches. You need to make sure you have 26 stitches on this last row. All right, so now we're going to make the tail feathers. So what we're going to do, tighten that up just a little bit, is we're going to chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to slip stitch in that first chain, and now we're going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to come down and slip stitch in that same chain. So that gives us 2 tail feathers. Let me move my hook out of the way there. So now we're going to fold this in half with the tail feathers to the right, and we're going to slip stitch in that first stitch. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet stitching the front and back together in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so we're kind of halfway across the back of our chick. We've stitched the front and the back together, but not yet. We're going to make the head portion next. So we slip stitched the front and back together in the first stitch, and then we stitch 7 single crochets, so that's 8. That leaves 5 stitches. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stitch 2 half double crochets in the next one, again stitching the front and back together. 1, 2. Now we're going to stitch 2 double crochets in the next, stitching the front and back together. So there's 1, 2, and then we'll do that again. 1, 2. So we stitch 2 half double crochets, 2 doubles, and 2 doubles. Now we're going to stitch I believe it's a single crochet, and then we're going to end with a slip stitch. And that is the way that the head of our chick should look. 2 half double crochets, 2 doubles, 2 doubles, a single, and a slip stitch. Now we're going to cut our yarn. We'll tie this off, and we'll go ahead and weave in our ends. We need to weave this one and this one in, but that's the way your chick should look at this point. So I'm grabbing my needle and I'm going to weave my ends in. So I've got it all tidied up. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to make the beak. And I'm going to do this one in yellow. You can use yellow, orange, whatever color that you want. You could even do it blue if you wanted to, whatever colors. You're going to need a little bit of a tail, because we're going to use the tails of this to attach it to the baby chick. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn, and we're going to slip stitch in that second chain from the hook. Now we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and then half double crochet in that third stitch. And that's our beak. And we'll cut ourselves off a little bit of length, because again, that's what we're going to use to attach it to our chick. All right, and that's the way that the beak should look. All right, so let's attach the beak to the chicken. It's really simple. We're going to take our crochet hook, and we're going to go right up here to the bottom stitch of that head, and we're going to pull in one of the strings. Make sure it doesn't get caught on anything. There it is. All right, and then we'll go to the next stitch below and grab the other string. Really simple. We'll come inside, and we're going to tie this on. And I'm not too worried about it, because it's going to be on the inside of our little chick here. And we'll just leave those strings in there, because that's going to be stuffed inside. So now our little chick has its beak. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stuff it, and then we're going to add the eye. All right, so I've got some stuffing here, and I'm going to put that inside our chick. And it's up to you how much stuffing that you put in here. You can have it a really fat chick, you can have it not so fat, but I think about a handful is really all you need. And now we're going to sew this closed with our needle and sew some whip stitches. So I've added about 18 inches worth of yarn that matches my chick. We're going to start at the front. So I'm going to push some of that stuffing into the sides there. we're going to come up, and I'm going to make a little loop, and that's going to keep that from coming out, and then we can just leave that inside. And now we're just going to do whip stitches across to close our little chick. And I'm doing one about every stitch, just like we would if we were doing a slip stitch or a single crochet. You can add as many as you like. I'm just gently going across, and you don't need to pull real hard, just enough to close it up. Whoops! Alrighty, almost closed. And then when I get to the end, I'm going to come out this way, and then I'm going to weave it in a little bit back through some of those stitches, and then go through some of that stuffing and out the side. And this is where it's real important that your needle not be too blunt, because you want to be able to get through all that. And then we'll just clip that. I always give it just a gentle pull so it comes back out to shape. And then there is our chick. Except he doesn't have an eye, does it? So the eye is really simple. You just put on your yarn. This is, like I said, just a black, medium weight, number 4 acrylic yarn. You could use blue or green or whatever color you want for the eye. I like to just use black. The main thing is you need to go in a stitch or you'll lose it between. Okay, so I'm going to go in the stitch, and it's up to you like exactly where you want to place that eye. So I'm going to go right in the stitch itself. There we go. Well, I went in between. Get in there. All right, now I came all the way through the other side. I'm going to go back in and make just a straight stitch. And I'm going to go back in this side, making sure we can see that stitch. And I do it just a couple of times. That's a little high. Let's come down a little. There we go. And I think that eye's just neat where it's at. And so I'm going to go in, I'm going to go down and swirl around inside that stuffing and pull this one down. And then we'll pull on that just a little. And we'll do the same thing with this one. So when you start, make sure you leave yourself enough tail so that you can get this one inside as well. Okay? So we'll go down, we'll swirl around into some of that stuffing and come out the side of our chick. Now you can do a French knot if you want. You could even add safety eyes if you want to. On this particular project, I like to just sew the eye on because I think it's funner that way. And then I don't have to worry about my grandkids when they were little, of course. They're bigger now. But you don't have to worry about your kiddos pulling the eyes off of the chick. Okay, so there is the blue chick. So here are all 3 of the Easter chicks, fuzzy little chicks that I made. I just love them. I love how they all look a little bit different because of the colors. And I'm going to make one in that pretty green and also the white. I think it will look so cute sitting up on my mantle or on my table with some Easter grass, some Easter candy, and my sweet little fuzzy chicks.